HOA Karen. Tossed my disabled daughter's food in the trash. Unaware I run the health department. We moved into Evergreen Oaks last spring. It was supposed to be temporary, just a place to land while I settled into my new position as county health director. My job is stressful but rewarding. I oversee food safety inspections, public sanitation, licensing, the works. I've spent over 15 years building a reputation for integrity and fairness. Most people don't even know who I am when I walk into a room. I prefer it that way. My daughter Sophie is 8 years old. She's autistic and has multiple food allergies, including gluten, dairy, and peanuts. Feeding her isn't just a matter of taste, it's life and death. Everything she eats is carefully prepared and labeled. I cook all her meals myself, store them in color-coded containers, and even include printed allergen checklists for her, school, and caregivers. So when the summer block party came around, I was understandably cautious. The HOA president, a woman named Karen Whitmore, yes, her actual name is Karen, stopped by a week before the event with a clipboard and a smug smile. "We expect everyone to contribute to the potluck," she said. "No store-bought items, homemade only. It's part of our community culture." I explained Sophie's condition gently but firmly. "She won't be eating from the potluck. I'll bring her own food." Karen gave a tight smile. "That won't look good. It sets her apart." I blinked. "That's kind of the point. If she eats something unsafe, she could end up in the hospital." Karen rolled her eyes. "Don't be dramatic. You health people always act like the sky is falling." I didn't argue. I just repeated that Sophie would bring her own meal and that I'd personally ensure everything stayed separate. The day of the block party was hot and noisy. Tables lined the cul-de-sac, crock-pots, foil trays, cookies on paper plates. I brought Sophie's insulated lunch bag and placed it carefully inside a cooler next to our chairs. We made sure to sit slightly apart from the food tables. She was happy, wearing her noise-canceling headphones, eating her safe pasta with chicken and steamed carrots. That's when Karen strutted over with 2 other HOA members, like they were running some suburban police state. "What's this?" she said, pointing at Sophie's cooler. I stood up. "That's my daughter's meal." Karen folded her arms. "You were told potluck only, no special treatment." "She has a medical condition," I said calmly. "We talked about this." Karen huffed. "If we let you do it, everyone's going to start bringing their own things. It defeats the purpose of a community meal." Before I could stop her, she opened the cooler, pulled out Sophie's food containers, and, with this smug little flick of her wrist, dumped them into the large trash bin behind the tables. Sophie screamed. Not cried. Screamed? She doesn't understand malice. She just knows when her safety and routine are shattered. She curled up on the pavement, rocking, shaking, sobbing. And I saw red. I picked Sophie up, comforted her, and got her into the car. Karen had already moved on, laughing, with her HOA friends like she hadn't just humiliated a disabled child and triggered a meltdown. But what she didn't know was who I was. The next morning, I filed a formal complaint, not just as a parent, but in my capacity as county health director. Because what Karen and her team had done, opening and discarding sealed medically necessary food, violated multiple public health codes. But I didn't stop there. You see, Evergreen Oaks HOA had applied for a community kitchen license for future events. I pulled the records. Turns out they'd been serving food at events without any permits for 2 years. No allergen signage, no training, no temperature controls, multiple resident complaints, no inspections on file. That week, I sent a formal notice, effective immediately. The HOA's food operations were shut down pending investigation. Fines were assessed. Licenses revoked. Karen was livid. She stormed into the county health office demanding to see whoever did this. She got me. I stepped out of my office in my badge and blazer and said, "Hello, Karen. We met at the block party." She went pale. I calmly listed every violation, every ignored warning, every time she dismissed resident concerns. She tried to argue, said I was biased because of what happened to my daughter. I leaned in and said, "You're not being fined because of what you did to Sophie. That's personal. This is professional. You violated public health law, and now you're being held accountable. The HOA board removed her 3 weeks later after a special election. Residents had finally had enough. Turns out, a lot of people had their own horror stories, from fines over holiday decorations to threats about garden gnomes. Me? I didn't ask for any of it. I just wanted my daughter to have a safe place to live. But when someone messes with your child, especially a child who can't always fight back, you don't walk away. You show them exactly who they messed with, and then you make sure they never do it again.